Dave here with Half Dozen Customs. Please excuse the mess here. We went to Harbor Freight. They were having some sales today and there was something that I needed to get. So we stopped in there. I got some new gloves, which was much needed. My other ones have holes in all the fingers. Some new safety glasses, which are always needed. So I just bought one of these from Harbor Freight like last month, and I've already burned through most of it. So I picked up another one. This was on clearance for $1.99, which is pretty cheap. I think I was paying $6 or $7 for these. And then I picked up one of these, which I haven't tried one of these yet. But they're twisted and they're a lot stiffer than like this one. This one, when you hit the trigger, it blows out real big when you use it. This one won't do that. I was hoping to find one like this in this style, but they didn't have any. And I picked this up for, I think it was like $2.99, also on clearance. So we'll give those some good use. Then my last saw that I had from Harbor Freight was not this brand, but it was not the best saw, and I wasn't really happy with it because it stopped constantly. You'd be in the middle of cutting it and it'd just stop, and you'd have to like give it a wiggle and hit the trigger a couple times to get it to go again. But and it did it a lot. Like while you were in the middle of using it, it did it. And it finally, like after probably like 15 years of having that thing, it finally died. It locked up and it just wouldn't start again. So we went and picked up a new one, which is their new brand that they're carrying, which is McGraw. So far, everything that I have switched over to McGraw with, cutoff wheels and grinders, I've been pretty satisfied with them. Haven't really had any issues. So I'm hoping that this guy will work just as well as the rest of the stuff and work better than my old one. So this was my old one from their Central Pneumatic. And like I said, I've probably had this thing for 15 years, but it kind of sucked. And I was hoping that this thing came with blades. I'm pretty sure I have some blades around here. I just gotta go look for them and find them. But for the moment, I think I'm just going to switch this blade over to the other one. It still looks like it's in fairly decent shape. If it will give it to me. A pair of pliers right here. Oh, there's one on the other side. Duh. There we go. Silly me. So raw, it looks very similar to the Central Pneumatic. I wonder if they bought them out or maybe bought the rights to the saw. Let's see if I have some fittings for this guy, because I know I'm running low on stuff. Steal a fitting out of this guy. I'll have to find a couple more to steal. And put this in the vise. Could just stole the one out of the other tool. That would have been the smart thing to do, right? Cool. I didn't really think that I used this thing this much until it died, and then I realized how much I really did use it, and I ran into just the other day something I was working on, and I really needed this and didn't have it, so I had to go get one. So, and these aren't bad. I think they're 20 or 30 bucks. Got an extra fitting. This one I can throw away. So, the next thing that I bought, I've never owned one of these before. This is a first for me, but I am working on something that there is a little, there's a small window like this big for me to be able to reach in and grind down some welds that I did. I did some welds inside, and on the outside I need to grind down that weld, and like I can barely stick my hand in there. So I was hoping that if I got one of these, that I would be able to reach in there and be able to get to those welds. Now, you can barely see them. So, you know, I think it's all going to get painted, and we'll probably end up spraying a little undercoating down there, and you won't ever see the welds. So I don't have to worry about body working them. But I wanted to at least just be able to grind them down just a little bit, and I can't get my regular grinder in there. So I went and I picked up one of these. These are 30 bucks. It's made by Central Pneumatic, and they have another one up there which is a little more expensive, but it I'm gonna end up going and getting the other one that's a little more expensive, because this housing on the other one is a little more compact. So I think you can fit it into some tighter areas. And then this belt part is like 2.5 inches longer or 2 inches longer. But that one's 90 bucks, and they were out of stock of that one. So this one was 30 bucks, and then with their sales that they had, I'm an inside club member, track member. So I got 10 bucks off of it, so it was only 20 bucks for this guy. This was the main reason that I went up to Harbor Freight, was to get this, and figured while I was there I would replace my saw, because I needed it the other day and didn't have it. I usually don't go and buy tools unless I need them. Well, that's kind of cool. So, and then I think that this thing is adjustable. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Nifty. Alright, I dig this thing. This thing's cool. Ooh, they put a groove in there pretty fast. I put a groove in my table. Alright, that's cool. I dig that. That's cool too. So, and then as I was walking out, they had the clearance table sitting right there, and I seen this there for $14.99, and then it was on the clearance table, so with their sales or whatever, it was like another 30% off of this. So, you know, I think I got this thing for like 9 bucks. And what this is a little air nailer. You know, you put a nail on a piece of wood and you and it hammers it down. Now this is going to be for a little bit of a future project. But what I am going to do with this thing is like I'll probably just end up making it, but take like this hammerhead, and we're gonna just say cut this off. Now I'm not gonna ruin my hammer, I'll probably just end up making something, but cut this off and then weld a piece of dowel rod on it that'll go on this guy, and use it as like an air hammer. Might even be able to use the air hammer thing. Oh man. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, we're gonna make it into like a little palm hammer. That's pretty cool. I guess, let me see if I have something. I have to do some thinking about this, but idea or a bad idea? Okay, so now my plan is to cut this off and then weld a piece of steel to the bottom of it. So this is a good thick piece of steel. I was not expecting this to turn into a tool making video, but so I'm thinking, you know, we'll cut this guy in half. We'll drill a hole through it. We'll stick this guy through the hole. Then we can weld this end and we can weld this end. We can round up the edges all nice. We can probably, I don't know, maybe we'll leave this guy flat for now, but we can always come back and kind of round him up a little. And it'll be an air handle. So let's all right, let's cut this guy. I mean, I'd not try and cut it, but I'm just kind of trying to set up the drill press over here. I'm just kind of, I guess you could say I'm kind of eyeballing it, but as you can see, I got my tape measure out. Alright, okay, Colleen, stop out here, see what I was doing. But You know, now we got a handheld planishing hammer that now I can, if I can get to both sides of something and the metal's all beat up, I can take my dolly in one side and this on the other and plenish it out. So it seems to do what I was hoping that it would do. I don't know if there's some improvements that can be made on this. I may look into some research and see if anybody else has done this. But yeah, this is what I had in mind, and I think it'll work. You know, probably not right now. I'm gonna test it and see, you know, when I find something that I could use it on, or feel like running a test. We can see how it works. Now, I don't know if being a rectangle like this is going to help because it spins. If it was a circle, it wouldn't matter if it spun. So I don't know if we're gonna just cut this into a circle and have it be, you know, a circle yay big, like this size of a hammerhead. You know, we could totally trace that on there and then cut it up and grind it up and you know, just give us a little round hammerhead like this. And then this guy's kind of, he's not exactly flat, he's kind of domed. So do we dome this guy too? You know, I don't know, time will tell. But that was my idea when I seen him sitting on, you know, the little discount area for $14.99. And I've looked at these before for this reason. And I want to say these things are pretty expensive. Doesn't have a price underneath it. Like I said, it was $14.99 and I got like 33% off of that, so I think I paid like $9 for it. You know, it might not be a tool that I use all the time, but I think it'll be a tool that may come in handy every once in a great while. I think it's pretty cool. I dig it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tool, the little tool video. We got some cool stuff. Now that I made a mess, it's time to clean up. I'll see you guys a little later. I'm out. Alright, so I grabbed a piece of metal out of my scrap pile that's kind of beat up and bent up. Let's see if this thing works. Dolly on the back side, this on the front side. Whoa. Tell you what, man, this thing is touchy. Baby, that works awesome. Sweet. Well, I think maybe we'll just round up the edges on this guy for now, and I think it'll be pretty good. Like I said, maybe, you know, maybe we can make a couple different styles of this. We can make them curved, we can make them round. You know, leave them rectangle. Can make bigger ones. It's Sweet. I dig it. I'm out. Alright, so we left off with giving this thing a test, and I'm happy with it. So I think we're just going to kind of round up the edges and clean it up a little bit and make it so that it's a little more appealing than just a block of steel there. Not going to go crazy with it. Just really don't want no hard edges on it that are going to dig into the metal, or corners that are going to catch up on anything. So just going to kind of take it over to the belt sander, and we're going to just round up these edges and clean it up and call it a day. So got that guy cleaned up. Super nice. I'm gonna take some 80 grit to it now, and we'll clean it up a little further. Alright, so we got that all ground up and sanded down and kind of polished out. I kind of polished it with the wire wheel. Now, there's scratches and gouges that were in that metal. You know, I just grabbed a scrap piece that was laying there. You know, could I sand and grind on this until those are gone? Sure. But you know, I really don't think that this is going to be used for finishing. This is going to be used for, you know, quick, heavy hitting of straightening some really, you know, messed up metal. You know, if we got nice, good, clean metal, like, I don't think that this is going to be being used on it. Unless we're using it to like shape some metal, maybe put some curves in it. You know, I could see putting a piece of metal in a sandbag and then using this to, like, you know, dish out your metal. But still, even at that point, like, you know, you would still be throwing it in an English wheel after that. Like, I don't think, you know, some gouges in this metal are gonna make all that different. All that bit of a difference. Plus, you know, when it comes to perfecting the metal finishing part, I just don't have that skill. You know, I was just looking, you know, I see all these like coach smithing tools that are very similar to this. I think they're a little tighter. You know, this thing's, you know, it's loose, it's wobbly, it's not perfect by any means, but I think for the work that I do, I think this is a pretty cool little tool, and you know, I don't see us using it all the time, but I can definitely see it coming in handy. And you know, if I get used to using this and I really like it, you know, we could always upgrade to a coach smithing tool. I have looked into them; they're very, very expensive. So for me to be able to make this, like I said, I think I paid like $9 for this thing. So for $9 and, you know, a couple hours of my time, This is perfect. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Maybe it gave you an idea of, you know, making one of these for yourself. Good luck out there. See you guys in the next one. Remember, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I'm out.